What's up guys, Mitch here. Welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite accessories for the Canon R6. And if you have an R5, all of these accessories will apply to you also. I think that adding these accessories will really help you to be more flexible and comfortable when you're shooting photo or video on the Canon R6. Alright, so first up is media for the R6. Now this is the SD card that I use. This is the Angelbird AV Pro SD UHS-2 V60 card, and I have it in the 128GB size. And I've really loved using this SD card, found it really reliable. Now I don't actually recommend going for a V90 card. Of course you can, but the jump in price between the V60 and the V90 is quite substantial. And realistically, shooting 4K at 60p, even the highest bitrate on the R6 in video, and shooting burst photos, I found the V60 to be able to handle the data rate fine. So I think V90 is a luxury, but you really don't have to go that high. I love it so much that I actually bought a second one today. As you can see, this one is not unboxed yet, so I'm about to bust this one open and chuck it in the camera. Next up on the list is this battery charger from Nightcore. So they actually sent me this charger for the LPE6 batteries. What I love about this charger over the standard Canon battery charger that you get in the box is that obviously it can charge 2 batteries at a time, but also it gives you much more information about the battery and the charging process than the standard Canon battery charger. So this charger will not only show you a more accurate reading of the amount of battery level that's charged, but it'll also give you the battery's health status, the amount of charged volume in milliamp hours, even battery temperature and voltage. It's powered with a USB cable, which is great because you can use it with any USB power brick, so that's great for traveling. And because it's USB, you can even charge the batteries using a portable power bank. So if you're on the go and you run out of batteries, but you do have a power bank, you can use this charger to charge your camera batteries, which I think is a game changer. So I do highly recommend this charger as a massive upgrade to the standard one that you get in the box. Next up is the BG-R10 battery grip for the R6 and R5. So this really depends on the kind of photographer you are, but if you're anything like me, I shoot a lot of my work in portrait orientation because a lot of my work ends up online and most people these days are browsing on a phone. So a portrait photo will get the most screen real estate. So for that reason, I've been shooting a lot in portrait mode, but it's not the most comfortable way to shoot your camera because a lot of the weight of the camera is going to be bearing down on your wrist and it's just not as comfortable. So what this battery grip is going to do is make it much more comfortable to shoot in portrait orientation. In addition to giving you an extra battery, so you have to change your batteries much less while you're shooting, is it gives you that portrait orientation shutter button as well as your dials on the front and back, magnification button, your custom buttons. If you guys have seen how I set up my R6 for photography, you'll know that I've got these set up as custom buttons. If you do want to go and check out that video, I'll leave it in a card in the top right hand corner and also down in the description below. And then also they've got this joystick here over on the grip. So you're really not missing out on much by adding this grip and shooting in portrait orientation. It's basically the same thing. You've got access to all your buttons and I absolutely love it. So in order to install the battery grip, you do need to remove the card door, but the grip has this little cutout area where you can store the battery door for when you need to switch back to a gripless setup later. I must say it's a pretty smart little design and it's been that way on a lot of the 5D and 6D cameras in the past. One thing that I must say I do not like about this grip is that on the EOS R battery grip, they did have a dedicated charging port, which meant that you could charge the batteries inside the grip without it being attached to the camera. So if you can imagine, you run out of both batteries in this grip, you chuck one in the camera, you remove the grip, and then you just chuck this on charge and you can keep shooting. With the R6 and the BG-R10, unfortunately, if you want to charge these batteries in this grip, you need to attach the USB-C cable to the camera itself and then it will start charging. So it is a little bit disappointing. I wish they did have a dedicated charging port for this grip, but I guess we just have to live with it. The grip is also very expensive, coming in at $350 US. So it's not for everyone, but if you do shoot a lot in portrait orientation and like being able to have that extra battery inside the camera so you don't need to worry about changing batteries halfway through a shoot, then it might be worth it to you. It's definitely worth it to me, which is why I've included it in this list. So this last accessory is something that is super important, but I don't actually hear a lot of people talking about it. I know for a lot of people, the first thing you do when you get a new smartphone is you go out and you get a screen protector because you don't want your screen to get all scratched up. So why don't we do the same with our cameras? A nasty scratch on the back panel of your camera is not a pretty thing to look at every day, and it can definitely hurt the resale value of your camera when you go to upgrade. So the next accessory is this Lally LCD screen protector for the R6. Now this is something I've been meaning to do for a while now, and luckily the screen on my R6 is still in great condition. So I'm about to unbox this and chuck the screen protector on right now. But before I do that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. All the accessories that I mentioned in this video will be linked down in the description. And while you're down there, if you're new, consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. So wish me luck getting this screen protector on. Stay tuned if you want to see how I go with it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.